Hello. Okay, we're going to try something new this week for Workout Wednesday. I'm going to try doing a live video, save it from here, and then maybe post just a snip of it with the workout that I'm doing. That way I can give y'all a little more verbal cues for this, give you some points of performance to pay attention to. Hopefully you can hear me over this. I'll speak loud when I get back by my box. But welcome to Whitney Hill Workout Wednesday. We're going to see how this live video goes. All right, guys. So today I'm going to have you do 4 different movements. We'll just do 10 reps of each movement, do 3 to 4 rounds of everything. Do what you can do for your specific skill set. So start where you need to. If you need to do half the reps, do half the reps. If you need to only do 2 rounds, do 2 rounds. But do what you need to. Go with what works for your body. But today we're going to be working the glutes a lot. I had a request for a glute workout. So today you just need a pair of dumbbells. I'm using a box for a foot prop, but you can use a chair, you can use the hearth at your fireplace, whatever it is, something just to use a rear foot elevation. So we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing a Bulgarian split squat, so that's that rear foot elevated split squat. We're going to do a variation of a sumo squat with the dumbbell overhead so we can get some core engagement. And then we're going to do a tempo dumbbell squat. That way you can really focus on that activation of the glutes, really squeezing and holding everything on the way down, holding for a few seconds and then coming up. So we'll do a 4 down 4 hold and then no hold coming up. And then, what was the 4th movement? So Bulgarian split squat, doing the overhead sumo squat, the tempo squat, and then a Romanian deadlift with those dumbbells. So 4 different movements, guys. Let me start showing you the demonstration really quickly. So, a couple things to think about. Anytime we're squatting, you want to think about those 4 corners of your foot, and you want all 4 corners of your foot to be planted on the ground firmly at all times. Anytime you're squatting, or really working out in general, you want to just ground your feet. I mean, even when you're doing yoga, you ground your feet, guys. So no matter what the movement is, ground yourself. So on this first one, we're doing that Bulgarian split squat. That's going to be with our rear foot elevated, holding some dumbbells. So for me, I know I need to stand pretty wide so that my knee can track out rather than in. So never let that knee fall in. Make sure it goes out the whole time. But you can either have your foot flat on the box, keep the toe up, whatever's more comfortable for you. But we're just going to get those dumbbells, and I'm going to keep them next to my feet. Anytime I come down, you're going to notice that my knee is going to always move towards the outside. So as if there's corners in the room, my knees always track towards those corners, guys. So keep those shoulder blades down and back. Keep that chest nice and big. You'll do 10 per side of this Bulgarian split squat. So I'm just really planting all 4 corners of my foot, moving down and up in that full range of motion throughout my hip, letting that knee drop to the outside, and just really feeling that glute activation. So that's your first movement, that Bulgarian split squat. 10 on either side. Now, we're going to do that sumo squat with the overhead variation. You can use just one dumbbell. You can use both dumbbells, whatever you need to for your level. That sumo squat's going to be the wide stance with the legs. So make sure you wiggle those toes out nice and wide. Push them out at about that 45-degree angle, facing those corners of the room. Then I want you to just get that soft bend in the knees, dip and drive that dumbbell overhead. Get it nice and firmly planted in your hands, and then think about keeping that body nice and tight. So my rib cage is locked down. I'm not letting myself overarch or anything like that. Keeping my rib cage locked down. So keep that rib cage locked. Don't let anything overarch or anything. Keep everything nice and tight. So my stance is nice and wide, rib cage is locked, knees are tracking towards those outside corners, and then I'm just going to sink down as low as I can, squeezing my butt to come up, keeping those shoulders squeezed nice and tight, trying to think about squeezing my ears with my elbows, keeping that dumbbell nice and steady overhead. 10 of those, guys. Then we're going to do that tempo dumbbell squat. So when we do a tempo squat, you'll sometimes see a movement with 4 different numbers next to it, like a 4, 4, X, and a 1. That's pretty much what we're doing today. So what that means, the first number is your eccentric movement, so the downward motion. I'm going to keep the dumbbells on my shoulder, going with a standard squat stance. Sorry guys, a little out of breath. Standard squat stance. So a little more than hip width apart. If you need to, you can angle the toes out just a little bit. Again, all four corners of my feet are always planted. My rib cage is nice and tight. Shoulder blades are down and back into my back pockets at all times. I'm going to keep that chest big, knees tracking out, hips tracking back, chest staying up. 4 seconds down, hold for 4 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to hold below parallel. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up. Down again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold below parallel. 2, 3, 4, then up. So anytime you're squatting, if we want booty gains, you need to make sure you're always squatting below parallel. So parallel would be here. If you put a line, you would be able to see that I'm parallel with the ground. So we want to break that parallel plane. Get your hip crease below that knee crease, okay? Now, for your final movement, you're just going to do a Romanian style deadlift. That just means, quote unquote, a stiff leg deadlift. But when it says stiff leg deadlift, that still means that micro bend in the knees, a little bit of softness in the knees. Never lock the knees out. It's not necessary. Let the muscles work rather than the joint, okay? On this one, you can also use 1 or 2 dumbbells, either way. But a couple key points of performance. Always, always, always. Shoulder blades down and back into those back pockets. Rib cage locked down as if your dog jumped on your gut and you take that gut shot. Same thing. So shoulders down and back, tight belly. On these Romanian deadlifts, I want to stand closer to that shoulder width apart. So a little bit closer than your squat stance, but we're going to keep that back as tight as possible and flat, hinging at the hips during this movement. So shoulders down and back, pushing those hips back, hinging at the hip, keeping that back nice and tight, going as far down as we can, keeping that straight back, and then squeeze your glutes forward. Really squeeze on that forward motion. Again, down, and then up. So, on the Romanian deadlift, you don't necessarily have to use a tempo, but try to use all of these motions nice, slow, and controlled. Really focusing on the tempo on that dumbbell squat. So, let me see if there's any questions. Oh, I probably shouldn't pick it up. But, let's see, I don't think I have very many questions. Thank you, everyone, for hopping on and waving and saying hi. Hi, everyone. But I'm going to write down these movements, and I will share them in a post in just a moment. But I hope that this live video worked out well. I feel like I had a lot more room to be able to talk, even though my pre-workout is kicking in and I'm a little jittery. But I have about 30 minutes till I have to be at youth. So I'm going to get a little bit more of a workout in while my pre-workout's still going. And I'm going to work out some upper body for myself. But if y'all have any more questions or you have any requests for Workout Wednesdays, I'm going to be trying to do these live videos for Workout Wednesday, and then we can just see how it goes from there, guys. I am also, I did just open up a YouTube account. So I'm going to attempt, Lord help me on this, I'm going to attempt to download all of these onto YouTube. It's going to be called Wellness with Whitney. And I will download all of my Workout Wednesdays on there. At this point, I might just upload the ones that I already have. They're obviously going to be low quality because they've just been on my Instagram with no sound and stuff. But I'm going to try to kick it up a notch and just be as available as possible for you guys. I want to be just everywhere you are. And I want you to be able to learn how to reclaim your health and train yourself eventually. So help me help you. And I want to teach you how to do this on your own. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Have a blessed rest of your day. And again, if you have any questions, just holler at me. Thanks, guys. Love you.